Hello guys. Today we're gonna talk about the best technique of having astral projection experience or having out-of-body experience. I don't know if you know, but I have a Russian YouTube channel and there are like about 8,000 subscribers, and many people with different experiences text me on my social media and ask me some questions. And the most popular one is, what is the best technique for having astral projection experience or out of body experience? Because there are multiple techniques on the internet and it's pretty complicated to find the right one, to find the best one, right? And here's the secret. There is no better technique at all. And you may ask me like, what should I do in this kind of situation? And actually it's a very simple question, because I'm gonna give you a tip how to find your own technique, which is gonna be the best for you. So you should check out some different websites, find a lot of different techniques and look at all of these techniques and ask yourself two questions. Which technique does look like the easiest one? Or which technique do I understand most of all? And here is the point, because you will see a lot of different techniques, and some of them will look like they are easy and some of them are going to look like they are difficult, and you should find the easiest one for you. You should look at any technique and think like, okay, I understand how to do that. That's very easy. I completely understand how to do this. And pick up a few techniques and practice them after all. Because, for example, there is a very popular technique, and a lot of people, for some reason, I have no idea why, think that that's the best technique ever. How does this technique look like? While you're falling asleep, you're able to see some different images inside of your mind, and then you're kind of trying to go into the images, and that's it. You have an astral projection experience, but actually it's a very difficult technique and it's not for everybody. Maybe you're the person for whom this technique is going to be very easy, but for most people it's not. So I have no idea who decided that that's the easiest technique. Another example, there is a very popular technique and very tricky at the same time, and it looks like you are relaxing and then you're trying to raise your astral hand, and then you feel some kind of vibrations, and after that you go out of your body. But actually all people who practice this technique end up with the same result. Like, they text me something like, I tried this technique, it felt so real, it felt like I was raising my astral hand and I felt all of those vibrations, and I'm 100% sure that I'm on the right way. Don't say me anything, I'm sure that's the right way, that's the best technique, because I feel some vibrations. But actually after a few months after this, they text me something like, I had the same result. What means that they have no result at all. They still are trying to raise their hand, or they are rising up and down and nothing happens after all. And actually this happens because they are straining their muscles, and this tension feels like they have vibrations, but actually it's just muscle tension, and that's all. So that's the worst technique on earth. I don't know, that's the worst one, and don't even try this. Especially if you are a newcomer, don't try this technique. That's the worst one. And a lot of people ask me, what is my favorite technique? Because I've been practicing astral projection for many, many years, and they always ask me this question. And I have no idea what does this technique called in English, but we in Russia, we call it brain tension. How does this look like? It's like you're trying to strain your brain. Yes, that sounds weird. I know that sounds pretty weird, but you're like kind of trying to strain your brain, but don't not strain your face muscles at the same time, because if you strain your face muscles, you're gonna mess everything up and it's not gonna work. So don't strain face muscles. Just imagine that you're straining your brain, and after that you will have some vibrations, those magic vibrations, and after that just go out of your body. So that's a pretty simple technique. You can try this. I'm sure that you will be able to find this technique on some websites, but it's not a very popular one, but a lot of people use this technique, and it's pretty useful. Not for everybody, but it's pretty useful. So in the end of the video, I would say that if you want to find your own technique, the right technique for you, don't ask anyone. Don't try to ask anyone for the secret technique, because if this technique works when your friend uses this technique, it doesn't mean that this technique is gonna work for you. So try to use your intuition, listen to yourself. But even if you can't hear your intuition and all techniques look like they are very difficult, take all of them and try all of them one by one, and you will find the best technique for you after some time. So that's it for the video. I believe that you will have a wonderful astral projection experience. Just practice, etc. So if you have some questions, leave comments below. I will answer all of your questions. You can find me on some social media. I always leave links on my social media below, Instagram, Facebook, you know. So I hope this video was useful for you, and see you later.